At Sierra, you'll always find apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60% less than department and specialty store prices. But right now, it's clearance time, so you can save even more on everything you need to get active and outside. Visit your local Sierra store today.
The Jack Welch Management Institute at Strayer University helps you go from, I know the way, to I've arrived with our top 10 ranked online MBA. Gain skills you can learn today and apply tomorrow. Get ready to go from make it happen to made it happen and keep striving. Visit strayer.edu/Jack Welch MBA to learn more. Strayer University is certified to operate in Virginia by Chev and has many campuses, including at 2121 15th Street North in Arlington, Virginia.
It's another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, and I'm Dr. Neal Malik. Hey there, you made it. Happy Friday. Welcome to another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, where I answer your health questions related to fitness, diet and nutrition, and lots more. You send me the questions, and I answer them for you. I'm sure you're anxious to hear today's question, so let's get right to it as we optimize your life.
Hello. I was just wondering about an article that I read. Apparently, if you were to take a shot of tequila every day, it works as a probiotic and actually has plenty of health benefits. What are your opinions on this?
Thank you for your question, Robert. As I was conjuring up a response, Tequila, a song performed by the Champs way back when, kept swimming through my head, and now it's stuck in there. Then I couldn't help but remember that image of Pee Wee Herman dancing to this song on top of the bar counter in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So now that's stuck in my head. Goodness sakes. So I'm going to try and clear my head and respond to your question with a bit of history and, of course, lots of scientific data. So the idea of tequila promoting optimal health is not a new one. In fact, for thousands of years, alcohol was believed to cure a number of health conditions. There was actually a time when patients in hospitals were served beer because the quality of drinking water was so bad that beer was actually safer to drink. But as usual, I digress. So is there any truth to the idea that tequila can promote health and wellness and even act as a probiotic? To answer this question, we first need to know what tequila is made of. This will of course vary, but for the most part, tequila is made through the fermentation of blue agave nectar. This nectar comes from the pit of the blue agave plant, which, among other places, can be found near the city of Tequila in Jalisco, Mexico. So now that we know what tequila is made from, the real question is, are there any potential benefits to consuming blue agave nectar? Kind of like honey, blue agave nectar has been used for years to help treat a number of ailments, but there's very little scientific evidence to support these claims. Since tequila is made up of fermented blue agave nectar, is it possible that it may have some health benefits, like acting as a probiotic? Remember, probiotics are live bacteria, but good bacteria that can be found in our intestines. These good bacteria are an integral part of our immune systems and keep us healthy. Now, sometimes folks like to use the term microbiome when referring to our intestines and the bacteria found there. When I looked at the data regarding tequila as a probiotic, sadly, the findings were disappointing. The research does not support the use of daily tequila shots to help promote the health of our microbiome. This myth began when scientists theorized that blue agave nectar, which is different chemically than table sugar, could be a source of dietary fiber. Now, we do know that dietary fiber helps promote the health of the microbiome, but blue agave nectar doesn't have nearly enough fiber to promote the health of our intestines. Instead, beans, lentils, berries, nuts, and whole grains are better sources of fiber, and those have been shown specifically to promote the growth of good bacteria in our intestines. The goal for most healthy adults is to consume at least 25 to 35 grams of fiber each day. Now, there's no need to consume way more than the 35 grams because this can lead to a lot of discomfort and actually the loss of nutrients. And of course, consuming yogurt regularly may promote the health of the microbiome too. But what about other forms of alcohol, like red wine? You may have heard red wine has been well studied and possibly been shown to provide health benefits. Now, we don't really know whether red wine acts like a probiotic, but what we do know is that consuming 5 to 6 ounces of red wine each day may reduce the risk for cardiovascular diseases like having a heart attack and suffering from a stroke. But I must include some disclaimers here. Not everyone needs to start drinking wine to achieve these benefits. For women that are pregnant or thinking of becoming pregnant in the near future, consuming any form of alcohol is not recommended. Also, those with a history or a family history of addiction may want to think twice about consuming alcohol, even for its health benefits. And we're learning that the benefits of consuming red wine doesn't really start to kick in until around age 40. So we're finding it may not be helpful to start drinking when you're younger. So that means if you want to drink wine to lower your risk of having a heart attack or stroke, then you might as well wait until you're 40 years old. Drinking before you reach your 40th birthday may not help reduce your chances of suffering from a heart attack or a stroke. So the bottom line is this. Tequila likely does not act like a probiotic, so it doesn't promote the growth of good bacteria in our intestines. Other forms of alcohol, like red wine, when consumed in moderation, which means like 5 to 6 ounces a day, may help reduce the risk of other diseases like heart attack and stroke. But you can always decrease your risk of cardiovascular diseases like these by eating a nutritious diet and exercising regularly. And if you want to promote the health of your microbiome, eat foods that are rich in fiber like whole grains, beans, lentils, nuts, and berries.
Oikos presents 15 Seconds of Strength.
Here we go. Steve's got a trunk full of groceries and no one to help him.
Oh, that's tough, Jim. Looks like a 5-trip load at least.
He grabs the first bag, the second. Bob, it looks like he's trying to do it all one trip. He shimmies the door open, steps over the dog, and he stumbles.
Oh, right into the kitchen without missing a beat. Jim, now that's a man who eats his protein-packed Oikos.
With 15 grams of complete protein in each cup, Oikos 000 can help build strength for every day. Oikos, stronger makes everything better.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Indeed Sponsored Jobs helps you stand out and hire fast. Your post jumps to the top for relevant candidates, reaching the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed get 45% more applications than non-sponsored ones. And one thing I love about Indeed is how it speeds up hiring. When I've hired in the past, the process was overwhelming. I wish I'd used Indeed. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need. Thank you again for the question, Robert. Now, if you want to get your hands on our Optimal Living Daily Workbook and have your question answered right here on the show, send one in. You can email your question to health@oldpodcast.com. Now, if you want to send one in via audio, just come by oldpodcast.com/ask to record your question straight from your computer. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and call in your question. The number is country code 161 I love OHD. That's 1-614-568-3643. And that'll do it for another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily. Thank you so much for listening every day and all the way through. I hope you have a great start to your weekend, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.